Hey there, everyone. Welcome. My name is Jordan. I'm one of your hosts alongside.
Nate Conklin.
we don't
What's up?
bears. We
I
don't
love I love right? I love throwing the last name in there just because it's
Nate.
I don't know why. There's no
Yeah,
good reason.
your name has a good sound to it. There was a guy who used to work at my work. That was a dumb way of saying that. But he retired. Super cool dude. But his name was Guy. Like that was his first name. His last name was Wayne. Nobody ever called him anything other than Guy Wayne. You know how
I
sometimes
like it.
people
Yeah.
have a name that's just, I think that's usually when it's like a one syllable name with a one syllable name, like Mike Smith. Like he's never Mike, he's Mike Smith. He's Guy Wayne. I don't know what it is, but welcome to Tackling Tacos, a fishing podcast. This is an episode we've been uh, kind of wanting to do for a while. And kind of a direction we've been wanting to go for a while. And so we're very glad you are tuning in, listening, watching YouTubes or Spotify, Apple, whatever. Really real talk before we even get into it. If you would be willing, I honestly like I can't overemphasize how much it helps us if you're willing to help us, how much it helps us as a podcast, as a kind of a small brand. We're not meat eater or I don't know who, Joe Stogan or whatever his name is, yet. And so when you do a positive review on Spotify or leave a comment on Spotify or do a positive review on Apple or comment or whatever on YouTube, like that legitimately helps us. And I've explained this before, but basically it plugs us into the big word algorithm so that other people can see us. So if they're watching, like our homies at Serious Angler or Low Budget Live or whatever other dope podcasts are out there, Tackle Talk, it'll say you might also like Tackling Tacos. So if you'd be willing to take a minute and do that, that would be awesome. It legitimately, not just like it's what you're supposed to say, it actually does help. Nate, how the crap are you, my friend?
I'm doing well.
Doing
I'm
well.
doing quite well. Yes. Yes, it's finally warming up around here. I don't know
Yeah,
about you, but
yeah, it is. I love it.
man, the sunshine and the warm weather's got me itching to
Yeah.
get out there. Just
Yeah.
a little Ashy Larry style, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you, man. At work, a fella that I'm pretty good buddies with, his name is Cole. He was telling me how he went up to Chautauqua. There's a dam there, so it creates a spillway. And he said it was just lined with folks, and everybody was catching pike on like every other cast. And then right by where I live in Chippewa Falls, there's a dam right here, like a hydro dam, and it was just lined with people. Everybody's feeling that itch. Everybody's ready to get out there and wet a line, as they might say. And yeah, I'm dying to as well. And I'm not anti. It's not like I'm too good for it at all. But I don't get as like pumped to go fishing from shore. Like I want to launch the boat and get out on the front deck. Like it's a total, you know what I'm saying? Like your fishing is fishing is fishing, but the
Yep.
freedom that you get moving around with a boat and like trolling motor, electronics, rods on the deck. I think that was the biggest thing when I went from being a non-boater to a boater is like when you're fishing from shore, like unless it's a pond or a lake or whatever with like no trees or bushes or whatever. Otherwise, like you're pretty limited in where and how you can cast. And from a boat, it's just wide open. You know what I mean? Like I know that sounds like an obvious stoner thing to say, but like that's such a big difference. And that's what I want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, for sure. I completely agree with that. Yeah, it's just a different feeling. It really is.
Yeah.
Like I still, I still take my kids out to the pond and we go bank
Yeah.
fishing and stuff all the time, but something about getting that boat out, especially for the first time of the season, like
Yeah.
getting out and just like running around, cool breeze. Most of the time I don't even get a bite, let alone catch a fish. So
Yeah.
and it's still just it's
Sure.
still great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like going bow hunting on opening day, and you know how it is in Illinois, Iowa, even Wisconsin sometimes, especially Wisconsin, because we open like a couple weeks before y'all do. You go out and you're like, all right, I'm gonna kill a deer, and it's 83 degrees in the stand, and you're sweating like you know what I'm saying, your butt has sweat running down it, and like, all right, well, this isn't exactly what I envisioned,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Swatting flies and mosquitoes.
yeah, but I'm hunting. So, whatever.
Yeah.
Same thing with first day fishing. I always have like these fantasies of getting into like a wolf pack of smallmouth and jerk baiting them. And it happens, but more often I catch nothing. And I honestly, like you said, I couldn't care less. It's just such a good
Yeah.
feeling. Sometimes it's almost like I have to relearn how to walk or something. Like I have atrophy in my fingers because I'll make a cast with like 5/8 ounce, like War Eagle jig jitsu, or however that Jason Christie one is said, like a heavier jig, and I backlash. And I'm like, what in the God dang it? Like this is not a
Yeah.
backlash. Like this is an easy lure to chuck. But it's almost like funny, like it's part of the whole deal. But you know what I really want to talk about, speaking of jigs and whatever? The first 2 Elite Series tournaments of the year are done. So huge shout outs to Fisher Anaya. And Fisher Anaya just won on Lake Martin. And I'm not one of those dudes. I don't think I'm not one of those dudes who like hates on those younger dudes out there fishing. But I don't think anybody could really hate on Fisher. There's just nothing about him to dislike. His vibe, the way he talks, how he's constantly smiling. He crushed it on the opens last year. Like he was the EQ AOY, right? Last year?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
EQ AOY winner. Yeah. Just a stud and what appears to be an awesome human being. So,
and that's a good combo. That's a great combo to be awesome. I always said back in the day, like I've been in some bands and stuff, and I was in one for a while called the Beatbox Car Children, and we actually got like a record deal and stuff, and then it fell apart because we were all on drugs and stuff. That left not true at all. But I always, the record deal part is, but not the drugs part. But I always wanted to be really famous just to be like super cool to people. Like I wanted people to come up to me, like how people are with Ike. You always hear like at an elite derby, Ike will stay till the very end until there's nobody left to sign an autograph. He won't be like, oh, I got to do this or I got to get back and work. He will stay for hours. I always wanted to be like that. I always wanted to be like famous just to be super cool to people, to not be the stereotypical like famous butthole. But anywho, so shout out to Fisher Anaya.
Shout out.
I mean, it only took you 2 derbies on your first elite season to win one. Like, that's so sick. At like, I think he's what, 19, 20?
Yeah, he's super young too. Yeah.
But and the thing that I like about him too, so like you have Easton Fothergill, who is just insanely young, but he speaks like an old soul. And I don't mean that as a negative thing in any iota. Like Easton's a stud. Like he's smart, he's calculated, he knows what he's good at. But Fisher kind of talks like a kid. You know what I'm saying? Like he's got a certain like innocence, like wonder vibe to how he talks. I love it. So huge shout outs to that guy. And then the other one that I really wanted to focus on, I get the dislike. I don't think any besides like NPFL, I don't think there's going to be a professional trail where they come up with a solution for forward facing sonar that everybody's stoked on. Do you agree with that, Nate?
Yeah, no, there's no way to make everybody happy. So
no, somebody's gonna be ticked.
Yeah, no doubt. So yeah, I think what the elites have done with the 60-40 split or whatever the heck it is, 50-50 split. Yeah, it's awesome.
I like it. I like it a lot. And I like coin toss status, so it's not like this sort of ulterior motives like, oh yeah, we didn't do it on this lake, we just figured, and it's really because that's more of a scope and lake or whatever, like it was random. And so to start off the season on a legendary body of water like Guntersville in Greenbow, Alabama, and I just think of Forrest Gump every time I say the word Alabama. But to start off in Guntersville and to have it not be a forward facing derb, I thought was so good. I watched a lot of it. And can we just take a quick second and press pause? Where is it? Is this one? Dude, shout out to the homie Nick Trim. Just had him on the podcast. Essentially, I mean, it's not too much of a stretch for me to say he's a local because he's, an hour from me in La Crosse. And he ended up in 12th or 13th for the derb.
Yeah, I want to say 12th. It was somewhere right around there. Top 15 for sure on his first go at it, man. It's awesome.
It's incredible. 100 of the absolute best anglers on planet Earth, and he beat out, darn near 100 of them. Like that's whatever. But like, wow, dude, congratulations, Nick. We are so pumped for you. Keep it up. I know Martin didn't fall the way you wanted it to, and I actually was texting with Nick and just told him congratulations on the Guntersville, and he's like, thanks, man. Lake Martin sucks. I can't catch anything but little ones. On the water practicing or whatever when he texted me, and I was like, yeah, Martin's known for small spots, and I don't mean like fishing spots, I mean small spotted bass, but you do what you got to do. But whatever, he'll shake it off and come in with another good one. But what I wanted to say about Guntersville, Nate, how do you even in this day and age, forward facing sonar? And I remember a couple years ago before they put the limits on it, it was Zaldane, I think, who did that video where he was talking to all the pros at the ramp about how much their electronics cost. You remember that video?
Yeah.
And dudes are like, I think I'm probably 55 all in, or what, like on just electronics, $55,000, whatever. In a day and age where like dudes have the craziest rods and reels. Again, Zaldane, he's rocking like those Bates reels that are $400 a pop, and he's got a whole deck full of them. Or, Polinick's got just a nasty combo up front with like the Alpha and the Daiwa and Megabass sponsorships, and just these top level dudes out there. And then what wins the first event of the year, Nate?
Twister tail grub. Come on now. Come on now.
And not even just a twister tail, but
yeah,
Ford, he made it himself. Like,
yeah,
this little, and the fact, I don't know why this like appealed to me so much more. The fact that it was chartreuse, like the fact that it was like this chartreusey with like silver flake, it just felt like something that you'd find in your grandpa's tackle box.
oh, without a doubt, man. And yeah, like what puts that thought into your head? Like,
I would have
let me
never.
yeah, let me put on a grub and start chunking this around on a bait caster and see what I can come up with. Like, yeah.
And one of my favorite things about it, I'll be honest, like, and I think people probably know this, but like, I didn't really used to be a Hank Cherry fan, and I'm really good at judging people wrongly. I don't want to judge people at all, but my brain, I think it was when he did the Megabass thing, and he was like, oh, undisclosed color, and undisclosed jerk. Everybody knew what bait and what color and whatever.
Yeah.
I really like Hank Cherry now. I feel like he's just sort of unapologetically himself. He don't care that you see him drinking Mountain Dew. He got his daughter's names on the boat, like on the Bass Cat, like in decals. He's a super family man, and he's doing some different stuff. And one of my favorite things about that just feels very Hank Cherry, very cherry. Also, Dave Mercer is the corniest cornball of all corn. In the history. You live in Iowa, and he would be the corniest thing in that state. I don't care.
For sure.
Hear people hate me for saying that, but when he said, and Hank wins it with a cherry on top, shut the F up. Like, go somewhere else. I am not like, oh my gosh. It's like the night before, like he goes into his like wherever his hotel and like looks up on Chat GPT. Hey, give me some really corny rhetorical garbage to say if this person wins. Ooh,
Right.
Good one. Pat the Bass Schlapper. Well, actually it's Schlapper, so he's not slapping bass either, and that doesn't even make sense. Double guns loaded, giant, boom, shaka. Dude, just stop. A cherry on. Oh my gosh. Anyway, sorry. I'll be done.
You were texting me during the event, and you kept texting me double guns loaded, and I was like, "What are you talking about?" And then he kept saying it on the live, and I'm like, "Oh my goodness."
He says it
what is going on here? Yeah.
You come in with two fish, it's double guns loaded. Boom, shakalaka. I'm like, dude, are you stealing your verbal cues from NBA Jam in like 1997? Like, what are you? Ugh. And I think part of it with Mercer, I feel like he's kind of a cool dude in terms of like doesn't take himself too seriously. His fishing show, Facts of Fishing, I don't know if it's still on, but I used to watch it. He knows how to fish. Like, you know what? It's just, I think like he has the coolest job in the world. Like the coolest freaking job. And he's just, I don't know, like his boom shaka, that 21.5, like the way he moves, the way he said, like the AFCO commercial, but none of them were us. They didn't know anything about fishing. None of them were. We're on this, dude, man. We are fishing. Like, I just like, dude, nobody had the balls to tell him, like, homie, you look like a caricature. Like stop making that face. Like, what are you doing? You look like Jim Carrey trying out a new character. I don't know. Anyway, all right, I'm done. I swear I'm done. All right, I'm done. But I just thought it was like the most Hank Cherry thing ever to have it be chartreuse with silver flake, homemade, like hand poured. And then when they asked him about the weight of the jig head, he didn't really know. Like he was like, oh, 1/8 ounce, 5/16. Like he said like 2 or 3 or 3/16. What did he say? But it wasn't always the same number, which is so funny to me.
Yeah, I thought he was going to start rattling off in grams there for a second, but
it was which is so cool because again, this like high end. I was just talking to my boss at work, who's been marine service manager for like 30 years. This dude has seen everything in boating, fishing, whatever. And he was just saying to me the other day, like, it makes him sad to know that it feels like, it doesn't have to be, that's for darn sure, but it feels like boating and fishing is turning into a rich man's sport, you know?
Mhm.
$55,000 in electronics, and you got Skeeter out here. No, just a Skeeter, dope boats, super dope boats. Yamahas are nasty outboards. I love them. But when you see on the back of your Bassmaster magazine starting at 107,995, it's like, holy cow, like starting at
Yeah.
$108,000. And I know I'm old, but I remember back in the days when I was like socks blown smooth off that it would say whatever 49,000. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so then for a dude to come out with like not really even certain, because I'm sure he poured the jig head too, and it was probably just, maybe it kind of vacillated between like this is a 16th, or this is an eighth, or this is 3/8 or whatever. And so he was like, I
Right.
tell one person this and he told one person that, and the jig or the twister tail was handmade, and again, throwing it on a bait caster, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, no, that's yeah. It was a whole combo of some sweet, just
Love it.
throwback style fishing. Like, yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, I love it. And it's kind of cool too because his real sponsor just this year is Seven, which is
Hmm.
by St. Croix, of course, here in Wisconsin. And I mean, that's a pretty good commercial, not just the fact that he won, but the fact that he's out there chucking and winding on that teeny little bait on a bait caster. Like, that's pretty impressive. That looks
Yeah,
good.
for sure. No doubt. They don't even, I at least I don't think that they have, BFS type reel that they advertise as of yet. So yeah, to be able to do it with that gear is awesome.
Yeah, really, really cool. Really impressive. So huge, huge shout out. Hank Cherry, we want you on the show. We want to talk to you. We hope you'll make fun of Dave Mercer with us. I love how authentically yourself you are. I love the family man vibes. And yeah, shout out to you, man, for the grub and the jig head and the point, point, point. Awesome job, dude.
Heck yeah, shout out.
Yeah, huge shout out. So that's awesome. What we wanted to talk about tonight, now that we're like 15 minutes in of me being an absolute a-hole about Dave Mercer, I'm probably going to get like hate mail and hate messages. And
Right.
one of our 4 listeners is going to be like, you're a jerk. But anywho, and I will also say, let me say one more positive thing about Dave Mercer. That's not an easy job, though. As much as I think it's an awesome job, filling in dead time. And anybody who doesn't know this, I have some experience and stuff like that. One thing that's really difficult is when you're on mic, you have an earpiece where a producer is talking in your ear, giving you cues. Okay, so and so is coming off stage. Brandon Polinick's coming up, and you have to sit there and talk while you listen to the input they're giving into your ear at the same time and keep things smooth. And that's not a super easy gig. It's not. I think it's an amazing job, but it's not easy. So I'll give him kudos for that. You know what I'm saying?
Well done. Yes, well done.
Short hand clap. You get a short hand clap.
Uh,
Just a little one. But what we wanted to talk about is real fast. We have an announcement to make, an exciting announcement, and then also we're going to give you the details on this giveaway that we've been kind of teasing, kind of just little bits here and there. But I'm pretty pumped about it. Sponsors for the show, Nate. Break us off a couple. I'll break us off a couple. We have like 15 now. Just kidding. I think we have 4. But let's talk through them real quick.
yeah, doing it big. Got all 20 sponsors lined up, jersey full. But of course, yeah, presenting sponsor Grizzly Coolers and all their fantastic gear, coolers, cups, drinkware, uh, everything, carry bags, carry alls. They do it big for us. So we definitely appreciate them. Leupold Optics and their
Yeah.
performance eyewear. Bang, bang, bang. We
Double guns loaded.
double guns loaded.
Stop. I swear I'll stop. Dang it.
All right, you're up. That one got me.
Sorry.
Yeah. So of course, Working Class Bow Hunter and the Working Class Bow Hunter Network.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for sure. Moldy's Marine,
Yeah.
who's running a special right now. I just shared that post, so go check him out. Moldy's Marine for all your spring tune-ups and
Mhm.
runs and everything. I mean, if it has to do with a boat or really whatever, he'll get you taken care of. So holler
Yeah.
at Moldy's Marine. So
special, real quick, press pause. That special he's running is basically what I call like the no surprises special. So
Yeah.
for people, they don't have a heated garage to keep their boat in or whatever. So up in the north, anybody like Fisher and I or people in the south, they're probably like, what are you talking about? But we have to go through this process called winterizing, because if you have any water in your lower unit, if you have any water in your live well lines, if you have, you haven't put fuel treatment in your stuff, like stuff can freeze, crack, break. You can wreck your entire, your whole shit, your boat, your motor.
All of it, yeah.
Yeah, you can mess it all up. So Jeremy's offering this like no surprises essentially type deal where you're getting your boat out of winterization. He's going to check batteries. He's going to check water pump functionality. He's going to check over trailer, electronics, basically. So you can go from winterizing, have Moldy's Marine help you out. You go to the ramp, you're ready to go. There's no surprises. There's no, oh, frick, that's not working. None of that. And that's a big deal. In this area where your boat takes a nap for 3 months, 4 months, whatever, it's nice to have someone like Jeremy who knows his crap and is going to make sure your stuff is working properly. And then the last sponsor, I guess I can put it on the screen now, and this is where the announcement comes in, is we are so pumped. I'm going to take my hat off and embarrass myself because I'm getting real bald, but hold on.
Let's get it. The hat switch. Here it is. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Our newest sponsor is Denali Fishing. Denali Fishing rods, Denali reels. Yeah, man. And here's kind of the neat thing, Nate, is this is like a full circle deal for us. So when Nate and I first started doing stuff back in the day, we were called Whisperwood Outdoors. And that was more or less like a joke making fun of bow hunting videos where they're like, I'm up in the stand now. And I'm like, yeah, I can see you. You're on video. You don't have to whisper in the woods. But it was fun, and we actually got sponsored by Denali back then, and we were making videos for them for like iCast and stuff. And just recently, Scott, who is the top dog, the president, Scott Estes, super cool dude. I actually just texted him the other day, Nate. I saw a video where he was talking about the new DLE rods, and how they're like named after his dad and everything. I had never seen Scott before. I thought he was like 70, and then
he's
he's a young dude to be running a couple companies and whatever, but like I was like, I thought you were like 70. He's like, I feel like I'm 70. But anyway, he reached out and was like, hey, would you guys want to make some videos for us again? We still love the ones you made, years ago. And I was like, yeah, dude, let's do it. Also, while we're at it, you trying to sponsor the podcast? And he was like, absolutely. So here we are. Now we're sponsored by Denali again. Got a whole bunch of rods here in the background.
Heck yeah.
On YouTube, you can see them. They just came out. My God, hold on. Let me see if I can pull one out. They just came out with this new series, the DLE. The DLE is the initials of his dad, and they're kind of like, well, I don't want to say what they're kind of like because they're their own version of it, but they're the style. I'm going to pull myself full screen. Is that okay for a sec, Nate?
Go ahead, get it. I want to see this too.
So they're kind of like the style where the blank goes all the way through the handle, and there's not an actual grip on the end. So if we can get this over here. Sorry, if you're watching on YouTube, you're seeing me struggle. But that blank goes all the way through. That's graphite the whole way through this thing. Sorry, there's little schmutz on there. And so what that means is every teeny, and then it's this is a spinning one, completely hollow, like actually naked reel seat here. Does that look okay?
Yeah, it looks great. Yeah, 2-piece reel seat that allows you to feel that entire rod blank. So
anything happens on this rod, anything, you're feeling it down in your hand here because it goes all the way through down into this. So it's super, super comfy. It's crazy light. It's got a really cool Denali pressed in on the top part of it. It's got a really neat shape. Like it's kind of like flat, and then it has like a little Denali logo there.
Jeez.
I mean, these things are the finishes, the feel, the handle here, even like the knob you spin down. These are not cheap rods.
Golly. Yeah, the details on that are incredible. They're coming through the camera awesome as well.
And then here's a really neat thing on all the eyelets on these I wasn't planning on doing like a DLE commercial, but these are absolutely awesome. Like, and I'm not just saying that because we're sponsored. Like, these are freaking awesome rods. The eyelets, see if you can kind of see it there. There is no insert. They're like the high-end Japanese style eyelets, but here's the thing that's even smarter about the way that Denali did them is they are coated in ceramic.
Yeah.
So there's not a ceramic insert, but the eyelet is coated in ceramic, so it's still slicker than snot, but you never have to worry about that little piece flopping out of there like you've seen on so many other rods. These things are
Right.
absolutely gorgeous. And this, I mean, this sucker is light. I'm talking about light. Like it feels awesome in your hand. That little, I mean, that, woo. Yeah, if you're not on YouTube watching right now, you should be, just to check out these new rods. But yeah, pumped about Denali, yes, Nate?
Man, I'm stoked. I'm stoked. I remember I ordered my first Denali rod in 2013, and I still have. I think I ordered 3 with my first order in 2013. I still have all 3 of them.
Dude, come on.
Uh,
That's
I
not
swear, I swear to God.
commercial. Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, I absolutely swear to God, I still have every rod from my original order, all 3 of them. And the ones I've ordered just throughout the years have, have been incredible. I don't think that I've broken a rod that wasn't, entirely my fault. I remember I remember I got a brand new crankbait rod. I think I was going to throw a trap on it or something like that. It was like 7.6 medium heavy crankbait and brand new, never even made a cast with it. And I was fishing a tournament in the wind and it blew my rod lid down and I didn't get the
Oh,
rod all the way out as I was pulling it out and
snap.
bow, snapped it before I even got to make a cast with it.
That's
Like those are the type of issues that I've had with the rods. Like everything's been
yeah,
self-inflicted.
right.
It's yeah, I'm so stoked to be a part of the team again. Officially, it's awesome.
Yeah, they're making awesome stuff. Scott is the most stand-up dude ever. Just a normal human being who cares about fishing.
So,
So make sure you go to denalifishing.com. Again, with the code tackle and tacos, you get 100% off your order. 100%. Anything you want, put it in your cart. If the code doesn't work when you put it in to get 100% off, just go ahead and pay full price, but maybe it'll work. But denalifishing.com, they're making some filthy stuff. And I really think those DLEs are probably going to sell out. They are absolutely nasty. Like they feel
yeah,
awesome. The baitcaster ones honestly feel even better. And yeah, we're so thrilled to be part of that squad again. I mean, Michael Neal is what, top 3, top 5, unarguably top 10 anglers on planet Earth. And he's been
absolutely.
Ollie forever.
Yep.
Bass Talk Live and Matt Pangrak, they're not on Denali anymore, but they were for years. And the only reason they're not is they're doing something else. I think they're going with like a more like a bait shop feel or whatever. But there was nothing like, oh, we're getting off Denali because like they loved them. And Matt was a big spinning guy, and he used Denali Fission spinning reels that they make, and he loved them. So yeah, Denali's absolutely killing it. Yeah, the DLEs are awesome. The other one, let's see, this one. This is like it's hard. I got so much stuff down here. This is like an entry level rod. It's called the Gunner, Gunn. But that's a split grip rod. Again, this is a spinning one. We got baitcaster ones too, but it's a split grip. But the bottom is cork, and it's like that really cool. Or the bottom is, I'm sorry, foam with cork.
That EVA, yeah.
And then the split in the middle is cork. I love that. Personally, I love that. As a dude who's old, I still love the feel of cork rods. And this is an entry level rod, and even on the entry level stuff, like no skimping on like finish and form and color and rod blank and guides, and yeah, they're absolutely killing it. So that brings us to social media. Nate, how do people follow us, and what are the 3 platforms we rocking?
You can follow us at Tackle and Tacos on all 3 platforms that we operate on: Facebook, Instagram, and the big one that we are making a real hard push at, the YouTube or ear turbs.
The year turbs. So here's the deal, Neil. We've been kind of teasing this idea of a giveaway, and I know to like a lot of people out there, 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Oh, that's like easy. But the fact is, we kind of shot ourselves in the foot. Like for a while, we'd be like real serious about putting YouTube videos out. Like if you go to our YouTube, again, it's at Tackle and Tacos. You'll see some videos from like a long time ago, and they're dope. Like I'm not bragging, but I mean, they're good videos. They're easy to watch, good editing, put time in on them. And then we wouldn't put out a video for like 10 months. And then we'd be, why aren't we any traction? Well, because you're not putting out videos, stupid. But now we've been putting out at least one YouTube short every single day. Every podcast is video as well, even ones like this where it's just me and Nate talking, which could have just been audio, but we do video. And I think showing some of the rods, that kind of makes it cooler. And the hat switch where you could see how bald I am, because that's really it was so funny. Well, I can't really say, but we just had a guest on, and it's coming out after this one. But he took his hat off for a second. He's got this giant full head of hair, and then me and Nate are over here just bald as a ball.
Just slick topped.
What in the world, dude? But anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah, we kind of shot ourselves in the foot on YouTube, but now we're trying to get back in it. So our goal, which again may not seem like much to some people, but our goal is to get to 1,000 YouTube subscribers. And there's two big reasons. One, you can start monetizing from there. And I'm not saying we're going to make money, but you can. And then the other is once you hit 1,000, that's like the first pedestal that YouTube kind of looks at. And then you can start much easier adding subscribers, getting plugged into algorithms, because it just shows that you're actually about it. You're not just some kid with a GoPro and you shot one video and, so 1,000. So here it is. Brrr, drum roll. The big giveaway that we're doing, and it kind of actually is a big giveaway. If you're on YouTube, you can see it on the bottom of the screen right now. What we're giving away for the 1,000 YouTube subscribers is this is just one big prize pack. One big prize pack is going to a subscriber is a pair. Hold on, I'm trying to find the specificity. I wrote it up, like how we're going to kind of do it. I want to make sure I get it right. So, all right. So for 1,000 YouTube subscribers, sorry about that, we're giving you a pair of Leupold sunglasses, a 20-quart stealth gray Grizzly cooler with a custom made like sea deck, but it's gator step marine matte like foam topper on top, made by Moldy's Marine, a Denali baitcast rod, and a brand new Shimano baitcast reel. And then we're also just going to throw in like hundreds of dollars of tackle. Like hundreds of dollars. We're going to grab tackle that we like, that's like sitting around that we throw. So like, oh, here's a horseshoe custom color called Chernobyl Craw. This is like a $12, $15 crankbait. I'll throw that in. Oh, here's a vintage Excalibur crawfish bait. I'll throw that in. Oh, here's a Mega Bass Vision 110. We'll throw some of those, like not cheapy stuff, like good lures that we use. We're going to throw all that stuff in, and one person is going to have all of that shipped to their front door. How about that?
That's pretty awesome. That's a setup for sure. Rod, reel, cooler, baits. It's enough to have a really good weekend out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Some absolute top level. All this stuff's brand new, not stuff we've used. I'm talking about brand new Leupold Sunnies in the box, in the case, shipped to your door. Brand new Denali rod, brand new Shimano reel, brand new cooler in the box with a little foam step on it. And 20-quart, by the way, is the secret sauce, dopest size cooler on earth, because you can fit it everywhere. And then depending on your rules, don't go breaking rules, getting yourself in trouble. But if it's not against the rules, if you're fishing any kind of shallow tournament, or especially a bedding tournament, you can put that 20-quart up front on your deck and stand on it, and it's awesome. Again, don't do it if it's against the rules. Some people don't, but some people don't care. But it gives you that little height. They're awesome.
Yeah,
it's like
it's awesome.
$300 cooler. The Leupolds are not cheap. The Denali's not cheap. We're gonna put on some proper lures on that mug. So here's how you do it. We're gonna make a post. I don't know when, tomorrow maybe, Wednesday, but a post with like a specific graphic kind of launching this whole deal. And how do you enter? It's really simple. You share that post, and then you post in the comments a screenshot showing that you subscribe to our YouTube. Because the crazy thing is, even if it's our YouTube, if anything on your YouTube is set to private, we can't see who follows us, if that makes sense. So I can't just scroll through our subscribers and say, oh, I'll pick this guy. You can't do that because that might leave some people out. So share the post and then post in the comments a screenshot showing that you follow us on YouTube. That's it. As soon as we hit 1,000, we'll grab the names like we've done before. We'll literally write them down. We'll put them in a hat. We'll pull a name out. Oh, it's Jim Michelson in upstate New York. Message us your address. We will ship all of this to you on our dime for you to have. And so I feel like that's a pretty legit giveaway to try and get to that 1,000 mark.
Dude, it's awesome. I'm stoked on it. I'm excited for somebody to get this stuff. Hopefully we can get to it soon. I think we're at like 750-ish, somewhere right around there. So, what's that, 250 or so
Yeah.
more subscribers, get to it quick and we can get this stuff sent out real fast. Like man, I'm ready.
And the cool thing is, it's not like half butt stuff. Like, this is awesome stuff. Like
Yeah.
a full blown, like legit Denali setup, full blown like Shimano reel. Maybe I'll even throw some like Shimano Mastiff or like high end line on it for you, and then it'll be cool. Like, because what I was thinking is like the Leupold sunglasses and all the lures, I'll just put them inside the cooler, so it'll show up at your house in the Grizzly box with that cool custom foam pad on top, and then you open it up and it's just like, oh, like high end lures, and it's gonna be dope. So that's all you have to do is make sure you subscribe to our YouTube, screenshot it, and then when I post the graphic with it, dude, jump on it. As soon as we hit 1,000, we grab somebody, you get a whole bunch of free cool crap. And the real gift for you is subscribing to our YouTube, because we are awesome. So that's even if you don't win the contest, you win. So I think
no doubt.
that's really all we wanted to do, is talk about how pumped we are to be a part of Denali again. We wanted to give shout outs to Fisher and Hank Cherry. I'm sorry for the hate on Dave Mercer, and talk about the giveaway, man, because this is gonna be super dope. So Nate, you got anything else before we slide out?
No, man. Hopefully just everybody will get to subscribing quick. I think we have plenty of followers and people that are watching our stuff. So if they subscribe quick, we'll get this stuff sent out to you, and you can be fishing by ice out or now.
Yeah. Because I mean, you're gonna be the thing you get in the mail. You're gonna be pretty well set. You got that cooler. Throw you some brewskis or a soda pop in there. Use that baitcast rod and reel. Go sit on your cooler. Do some fishing. See in the water better with those new polarized sunnies. It's a setup. So, other than that, everybody who has subscribed and listened and all that stuff so far. For myself and Lola and Nate, who didn't really super know what we were doing when we started, we're having so much fun with it, and I feel like we're kind of finding our rhythm and getting into a groove. And the episode we're launching next week, I guess I can just say it, is with one of the guys who I've been a huge fan of for a very long time, and that is Fred Boom Boom Rumbanis. I can never say his name right, but I'm a huge Rumbanis Boom Boom. I just call Mama. What's he say? Mama name him Clay. I'm gonna call him Clay. I'm gonna call him Boom Boom. One of the most fun conversations I've ever had with a pro angler. It was like story time with Boom Boom. Right, Nate?
It was, man. Yeah, God, it was so awesome. I can't wait for that one to drop. It was so much fun.
We question, and he's and it wasn't like he was being rude. He's just a dude who's super passionate about fishing still.
Yeah, I feel like I was just like, just watching, just eyes wide open, just listening, like just taking it. I legit felt like a kid, like sitting around a group of older people, just listening to the stories, because it was, man, they were good ones.
They were and some of the funniest fishing stories I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Like dumbest stuff I've ever heard, and it was awesome. So make sure you tune in next week to listen to the new episode with Boom Boom. Other than that, remember, whether it's at work, in your family, school, the way you wake up, today is February 16th of 2026. This is literally the only February 16th of 2026 there will ever be. Every day is like that. You get a chance to make it a great day or a crap day. I'm not always good at it, but I want to be, because it's true that positivity is worth the effort. We'll catch you on the next one.
Peace.
Bye-bye.